Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. In today's section, we will be talking about of biography of Wiston Churchill.
Wiston Leonard Spencer Churchill was born 30 November 1874, was a British political who was Prime Minister of the United Kingdom from 1940 to 1945, and again from 1951 to 1955. Widely regarded as one of the greatest wartime leaders of the 20th century. Churchill was also an officer in the British Army, an historian and writer and artist. He is the only British Prime Minister to have received the Nobel Prize Literature, and was the first person to be made an honorary citizen of the United States.
Churchill was born into the aristocratic family of the Dukes of Marlborough, a branch of the Spencer family. His father, Lord Radford Churchill, was a charismatic politician who served as Chancellor of Exchequer. His mother, Jenny Jerome, was an American society. As a young army officer, he saw action in British India, the Sudan, and Second World War. He gained fame as a war correspondent and wrote books about his campaign.
At the forefront of politics of the year, he held many political and cabinet positions before the Fifth War, where he reserved as president of the Board of Trade, Home Secretary, and the Fifth Lord of Administration as part to Asquith liberal government. During the war continued after the law of the Admiralty until discussion Gallipoli campaign caused his departure from government. He then briefly resumed after army service with the Western Front, a commander of the 6th Battalion of Royal Scots Fusiliers. He returned the government as Minister of Munition, Secretary of State of War, and Secretary of State for Air. After the war, Churchill reserved and censure of Scar in the Conservative government of 1924 and 25. Controversially returned the point Stalin in the 1925 to a going son of the was Party movie witnessing as creating the front pressure for the UK economy. Also controversial was his opposition to the increased home rule in India and his resistance to 1986 abdication of Edward VIII.
Out of office and politically in their governance during the 1930s. Churchill took that lead in worrying about Nazi Germany and in campaign for rearmament. On the outbreak of the Second World War, he was again appointed. Following the resignation of Neville Chamberlain on 10 May 1940, Churchill became Prime Minister. His steadfast
refusal to concede defeat, surrender or a compromise peace helped inspire British resistance, especially during the difficult early days of the war when Britain stood alone among European countries in its active opposition Adolf Hitler. Churchill was particularly noted for his speech and radio broadcast, which had inspired the British people. He led Britain as prime minister until victory over Nazi Germany had been secured.
After the Conservative Party lost the 1948 election, he became leader of the opposition to the Labour government. After winning the 1951 election, he again became Prime Minister before returning in 1955. Upon his death, Elizabeth II granted him the honor of a state funeral, which she won a large assembly of world entertainment in history, named the greatest Britain all of time in 22.